one more view to the north. That's where we hacked our way through. This isn't the final job, but it's get through and get to the end, establish our path, and then come back and start loading. And to get cars in here, it's going to take a whole nother level of trimming, but we're getting closer and closer. Thanks for coming back and helping me with it. We're going to shut her down, start again in the morning. Well, the sun is setting over the bakery, and the grapple got left in the trees, but we got a lot done today. I really like what we got done. We hacked our way into the south branch. Tomorrow I should be able to get all the way to the other end. Be a lot up and down the ladder, but certainly worth it. Thank you all for coming in today. It's gotten late and it's getting dark. Drive careful. See you soon. Good morning. I'm on the railroad this morning, and it's a little bit cool, but not like what some of you guys deal with. But the goal today is to punch through the south, get all the way to the south end, and get that track opened up. Weather's turning worse. This is one of the last days where it'll be this nice, and I think I can do it. But I did want to talk to you about something. In the comments, one of the guys said, why don't you sell railroad ties that could be dedicated in honor of someone? I think Paul was his name. And Paul, I really appreciate that idea for a fundraiser, but it dilutes the premise of what we're doing here. And let me go over that for you guys that are new and to refresh your memory if you've heard it before. Is the American dream still alive? Can a father and son that are willing to work really, really hard buy, rehabilitate, make functional, abide with the laws, and make this work? The problem is, if I take a bunch of donations and even have a lot of people come in and work, that has changed then. So then it becomes, if you and your cousin Bubba and your buddy at work have an opportunity to do this, then you say, well, we don't have the donations that he did. Or we didn't have a YouTube channel and we had 20 guys come in on the weekend and do the work. We want to see, and you want to see, if you could do something like this with similar resources. Now, one guy in the comments said he did it with a tow truck company. This is a railroad. I like railroad. I know a little bit about railroad. But the experiment is, can a guy and his son with a lot of hard work make it happen on their own? And that's why we don't do Patreon. That's why I don't have a lot of people in to help. Why I sell t-shirts and coffee cups is because people want them, and I want you to have something for your money. If this whole thing goes down in flames, you're going to hold your ETR coffee mug and say, that was a fun ride, and I got the t-shirt. Been there, done that, and I got the t-shirt. So that's what I'm talking about when I say we don't want money, we just want your support. Glad you're here with us. I hope this was a good explanation. Well, I'm gonna have to go back and back up some more. There's no way I could reach that stuff, and I've got to cut this stuff so I can even get back up to the truck. I'm up on the grapple now, and the frost on this seat was about 1/4 inch thick. That's an exaggeration. It was 1/8 of an inch thick, maybe 3/16. Set the outriggers first, because if you don't, you could tip this thing over, and the hydraulics are not liking. Hear them whining a little bit. The hydraulic oil is cold. There we go. Whew. It did not want to move. Okay, I'm not going to be able to do this two-handed, but I can give you an idea what I'm going to do. You know what? I think I'm going to swing over there and get that first. Pick it up and put it in there. The swing is on foot pedals. I can see that I need to rotate the grapple a little bit. Now I'm going to go about straight down. Rotate a little bit more. Straight down. Oh yeah. This is like that game you play at Pizza Hut. Let's see what all we can get of that. Okay, now I'm going to grab it. Come straight up out of there with it. I don't want to tip my boards over, so I'm going to swing a little bit more. If I tip my boards over, I'll have to get up in there and get them. Look at that. See, that's what I'm talking about. That is so much quicker than doing this by hand. Looking for overhead wires. Peter Cruikshank would write me up in a heartbeat for that if I didn't. This is really hard one-handed. Okay, I'm going to rotate, and then I'm going to come down in, and then I'm going to open. Okay, I don't think I'm going to go back in that spot. I'm going to go right over here. Excuse me. This is a thicket. Let's go back over. I'm going to rotate. I'm going to come toward me. Uh-oh. Wrong. I'm doing something left-handed I normally do right. Open up. Straight down in that big old thicket. Let's get us some. Okay, I'm going to grab it. Let's see what we got. This is like fishing. You guys that like fishing. Oh, look at that. I pulled. Wow. Okay, I gotta put the phone down now, but that's what we're doing. I'm gonna move all the way down there today. So it's cold out there and hot in here, but look at this. This stuff is so thick. I got all caught up in these vines. The vines are the worst. So I got to get out and lop these off. I got a lopper that just does a real nice job with those. Cut all those vines loose, then we'll be headed back south again. Uh-oh, this is the biggest fish yet. Daggone vines. See, that's some labor saving there. Okay, I'm gonna shut off the camera and do this two-handed. My hands are cold because I left my gloves up on the grapple, but look at the progress I've made. The strategy I'm using now is cut it, get it off to the side. Later we'll put it in piles where we can grab it real easy. I think I'm going to take out that little tree on my way back. Now I may have to back into that, some of that, and reach it from the grapple. But I've just hit another little open section, and I will get down here to this great big pile and load it up. So I'll work right here for a little bit. I can't hold the camera and work, so you're just gonna have to stand by. Okay, here we go. Pushing to the south. Okay, so that pretty much clears the way. We've just got one more problem down here. Let me go show you what it is. Well, my hope was to come back here and crush these trees out of the way with the outrigger. I don't have a saw. I'd really like to be done. I'd like to show you guys south to north. South to north by the end of the year coming up. Okay, without a saw and an axe, without a tool, I used the lopper, and I saw the handles bowing for sure. Okay, this is going to be the first run north. Correction, let's start all over. This is going to be the first run. This will be from south to north on the ETR and the Volvo. I may have to stop and lop off a couple of limbs. I hate to brush by these, but right now this was my goal for end of the winter. Beginning of the winter, end of the season. Sorry, Volvo. Oh, look how nice the tracks are. This is good. Gonna be some good railroad. Pardon me while I grab a gear. Tired to get out and do them. I punched through here today. I wonder if that's the spirit that, I wonder if that's the spirit that put the Transcontinental Railroad through some difficult times and some extraordinary measures. I gotta stop and pick up the saw and the charger. That's that Dorsey flashlight that keeps my phone up. Give me a second here, I'll hop out and get them, and then we'll run all the way up to those cars, and yes, I'll explain. Okay, here we go. I may lop that guy coming up right out the window. I don't think that lopper's made for this kind of thing, but I'll get her done. Hang on right there. Hey, wait, you're not going to get to see me do it. Boy, this is a dream come true. Man, this looks different. Oh, you guys would probably like some horn action, wouldn't you? Coming up on the bakery lead. Got to make sure our switches are all thrown the correct direction. Look at that. I don't like that. I guess the ladder rack will break it off. Okay, there's the bakery lead. Okay, so this is the pad where we unloaded the locomotive. I'm sure many of you recognize that. This starts into the section where in the very first video, and then the first 3 or 4 or 5, we were hacking through some thick stuff. Let's just keep going while we're rolling. We'll just go north. Kind of a year-end wrap-up. I don't know if it's year-end or year beginning. These piles right here, I came over one day, it was hot, and I didn't feel like doing it, but I just kept picking up sticks and putting them in piles. So we'll come down through here with the grapple and pick them up. This is the big brush pile that we've had many conversations about. I think we're just going to load it up in this grapple with the sides on it and haul them to the place that makes mulch. See my piles along that side. This mulch place does not like dirt though. You can't take them dirt. But it's $37 a load, so I think that's cheaper now than mulching. Okay, we're gonna come up and go right through Death Valley. More little piles. Man, I got after myself that day and I worked hard. Okay, we're coming up toward Death Valley. There's the yellow gauge rod that holds this section of rail together. There's where we did some drainage with the ditcher. That was people really liked that video. Needs cleaned out and maintained again. So get a big gulp of water, people. We're entering Death Valley. This is where the tracks drop down about 2 inches. Comments. Some people like taking it all up. Other people just said jack the rail up, pull the ties out. I got a new secret weapon we're going to show you for doing tie work. So here is the inventory of switch ties and regular ties. Oh, I got a load binder under there. I'm going to get that right as we go back. There's the ETR1. Okay, this is the depth of Death Valley. There's where the J lead used to come off. See it? There's the Welland Canal. Still flowing. Needs cleaned again. And I got some riprap to put down in there. Okay, there are rail cars on the ETR. But let me explain. Those cars are going to the plastics plant, which we hope to have a relationship with, and the cars were put there by Genesee and Wyoming, which of course we hope to have a great relationship with. So they're there with our permission. We won't be moving them. They're parked there as a favor to the G&W and the plastics plant. But you know what? That's the beginning of a good relationship when you work together for mutual benefit. So I'm all right with it. Certainly not affecting us negatively at all. So that's a run to the north. We do own around that curve. Just can't go around that curve right now. Piles of brush. Look at the rust on that rail. I hope to cure that soon. Get that riprap moved back over to the other side. This is where I did a lot of weed killing, and I got to come back and do it again. Well, this truck's done a nice job today. And sometimes this place looks dumpy to me. Need to get after it and get it cleaned up. And I like the look of nice clean white ballast. Okay, I'm going to stop here at the tie yard, which is right at the beginning of Death Valley, to get that load binder that I see peeking out from underneath the stack of ties. That's a big first step. Look where my knee is. I mean, that didn't do it justice. That's a long first step. Okay, this is that load binder that I saw that I don't want to lose. This is a big hole where we pulled a tree out by the roots. And look at the big. Do you get the perspective of it? It left a big gaping hole that we didn't want, so we stopped pulling them out like that. Okay, ETR off in the distance is the south branch. So now what I'm going to do is back the 550 up along the grapple and clean up some of that stuff that's hanging over the side. I don't have very far to drive, but I don't want to get in trouble. And for my beverage today, cold beverage, LaCroix Raz Cranberry. This stuff's kind of nasty, but 0 calories. Well, that won't make the movies.